Andy Flexen here for SecondsOut with Shane McGuigan, trainer of George Groves, among many others. We're here at the press conference for George Groves against Callum Smith. It's a busy period for you. Obviously, we've got George fighting, but then not long after that, you've got Josh Taylor also in the WBSS. How have you been? You've always had a busy gym, but now it's kind of a lot of high-level fighters at the same time. Just signed Luke Campbell as well, of course. How are you finding balancing all these fighters? Campbell's obviously on the Joshua bill as well, so it's like 3 weeks in a row almost.
Yeah. Well, I've got Campbell obviously out on the 22nd. We're going to go out on the Sunday afterwards to Jeddah. And it's a little bit more work. It's just about organisation and structure. I've got a great assistant in Josh Pritchard, who's also a fantastic coach in his own right, can tape hands brilliantly. And yeah, it's just becoming a system now. And the way I used to do it, I used to, I didn't really plan it as well. And now it's. I used to organise all the sparring and organise everything. My dad does a lot of the sparring, he helps me out with that. So does Josh, the two of them work on that. I've got Daryl Richards who does the strength and conditioning. I've got Joshy P who, as I said, tapes hands and also takes the circuits and is always monitoring times and stuff. And I've got full confidence in my team. And I feel like as the gym gets busier and they all start going for titles, it just means that they're in camp for a little bit longer. And it's just the system is always going to be the same. The little blueprint, and we'll just have to work around it and make sure we're as organised as possible. But I feel like when they're all in camp, the lights change and faces
We predicted that might happen.
So when they're all in camp, I feel like they're all bouncing off each other, learning off each other. You got Campbell there looking at George, you got George looking at Campbell, they're both looking at Taylor. And little Lee McGregor's coming through. He's going to be fighting for titles very soon. And
Chantel Cameron.
Yeah, Chantel Cameron, Crispin and Smith. Everybody's sort of learning and watching each other, and they're just pushing each other on.
Just Luke Campbell, he was known to have spoken to a number of coaches before you guys came together. What was it about the relationship you guys developed that made that a long-term prospect?
I think with Luke, he looked at results. And I think he feels like he can't change coach again. He's about to turn 31. He's thinking, this next 3-4 years of my life, I have to make sure everything's settled. I'm able to go home if something happens. He's got 2 young boys, he's got a wife. Everything has to be accessible for him. And he needs someone that's going to commit to him. And I feel like, something that I've shown is I commit to my fighters and I give them adequate time, and he's known George for a long time, and George said, this is where I think you should be, and he did. He approached me, he approached a couple of other top level trainers as well, but it was just the right fit for him.
And just before we let you go, obviously former charge of yours, Carl Frampton, fought just recently, good win over Luke Jackson. It's looking like he's going to be fighting Josh Warrington towards the end of the year. What do you make of that fight?
Josh Warrington fight or his previous fight?
Oh no, sorry, Josh Warrington against Frampton.
Yeah. Well, I think Josh Warrington's a lot better than he looks on the eye. He's a lot more effective in there. You can't really take much from that Luke Jackson win. He wasn't put under pressure. Jackson looked like he overtrained a little bit. He's very small for the weight as well. Not a lot coming back. So it was free reign for Carl. And I feel him going to a new team and stuff is probably giving him a little extra push and a little extra bit of life that he might have needed at that stage of his career, Carl. But I do think Josh Warrington beat an old Lee Selby. I think that Carl will probably beat him on points.
Thanks, Shane, and we wish you the best of luck for the WBSS final.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.